it turns up that Surah of Ka in Surah 2 of the Quran is amazing. So Muslim argument used to be, well, Allah honors women, therefore Allah gives them whole chapter on Surah woman. Islam honors Mary, therefore Islam gives Mary whole chapter, chapter 19, chapter of Mary, and then cows, right? Allah honors cows, Islam honors cows, and then gives them whole chapter, Surah 2, chapter of Ka. And it turns up these cows apparently living in Mecca by faith alone. The way it works is, oh Allah, we believe in you, please send us some grass. Because Mecca wasn't exactly famous for their endless green pastures, but Quran seems to give us a surprising advertisement for cattle, milk, beef, whatever other things you get it from cow. That's mind-blowing, right? So there is not enough grass, but you've got a whole chapter about cows. Consider the bigger picture. These cows maybe doesn't need to be fed in Mecca. Maybe they travel every day an hour away to Taif, and then they are fed there, and then they come back or they just live there, because there are areas close to Mecca are some of the areas are pretty green. Fine. Then that kind of makes me think maybe Muhammad was thinking about a much more fertile place near Mecca than actually admitting the basic point. The imaginary doesn't necessarily describe Mecca itself. Listen to the scholar what he says about cows and Mecca, and then you tell me whether it is good things to live by faith alone.
Islamic tradition and Western scholars generally say that parts of the Quran come from Muhammad's time in Mecca and other parts from his time in Medina. But as for those Meccan passages, do they actually reflect what we know of the city and its environment in the 7th century, the time when Muhammad lived? One problem is cows. In a number of places, Meccan surahs of the Quran speak of cows as a sign of God. God sends down rain, which produces grass and allows cows to graze. There's all kinds of good things about cows. You can drink their milk, you can use their hides, you can use them for meat. But the problem is, would there be enough grass or other things to feed cows in Mecca? Would there be enough water in order to have livestock be a principal vocation of the people who worked in Mecca? The answer basically is no. There's simply not enough water to produce the sort of grass one would need to have herding, grazing animals as a feature of the Meccan economy in the 7th century. So what does this mean? It is a problem for historians of early Islam.